Hello guys, Dan here from Dan's Tech, and today's video guys we're going to be having a look at a mini ITX motherboard. This thing is absolutely tiny. Now this is an Asus H81i motherboard, so this is really tiny. Now the reason I picked this up is I'm going to be building a really small mini ITX form factor video editing rig, so if you guys want to stay tuned for that you can do. Now in today's video we're going to be having a look at this motherboard, just kind of like a little overview. I'm going to show you what you get in the box, just show you around the board, and just can I educate you guys and just prove to you that you can actually build a really high-end editing or gaming rig using a really small motherboard, because this has everything. It has everything packed into it. You can fit up to 16 gigs of RAM here. You got your two slots, and you have your PCI Express x16 slot. Say a really high-end graphic card. You can even put a Titan here, do whatever you want to. And as for the CPU itself, it is LG1150. So you can fit up to is it 6-core i7. So you can fit a lot on a small motherboard, and a lot of people think, oh, you need a big motherboard for high-end PCs. That is not typically the case. Now on to an overview of the board and what features it has. So starting off with the CPU socket, the socket on this board is LG1155, which has support for the 4th gen Intel Core i7s, i5s, i3s, as well as support for many of the Pentiums and Celerons. Just to correct myself in the introduction, the highest end CPU you can place in the board will be something like an Intel Core 4790K. This does run at 4 GHz as its stock clock, has 4 cores and 8 threads, pretty nice. Now onto the memory, you can fit a maximum of 16 gigs of DDR3 RAM onto this board. So DDR3 RAM onto this board. Now the speed it supports up to is 1600 MHz, and you do have support for the XMP or the extreme memory profiles on the board as well. Now as for the expansion and the ability to add a dedicated GPU like I'm intending to, this board does have a PCI Express 2.0 times 16 slot. And I will say this is a Gen 2 port and not a Gen 3 port, but I will say this really does not matter with the current speed of graphic cards that are available on the market. Now the chipset on the board is the Intel H81, so that means you do have two SATA 6 gigabit ports. These are the yellow ports, and two SATA 3 gigabits ports. So these are the dark brown ones, and that does total 4 ports for storage. Now as for the USB ports, as this board is H81, you do have 4 USB 3 ports, 2 at the back panel and 2 as headers, and also 8 USB 2 ports, 4 at the back panel and 4 as headers on the board. Now the audio chip included is the Realtek ALC A87, and this is 8-channel HD audio. And as for the networking capabilities, you do have a Realtek RT8111G chip, and this is a gigabit capable chip for your networking. Now before I cover the back I/O ports, let's get on to kind of the internal I/O ports, and just kind of get these out of the way. So as mentioned, when talking about the USBs, you do get one USB 3 header which supports 2 USB 3.0 ports, and you do get 2 USB 2.0 headers which supports 4 USB 2 ports. Now you also have one TMP header, a CPU fan connector which is a 4-pin, as well as a chassis fan connector which is also a 4-pin. You also get your SPDIF out audio, that's your header, and you also do get a 4-pin and also a 24-pin for power to the motherboard. Now also you do get a clear CMOS jumper, as well as an internal speaker connector. Now lastly, onto the back I/O ports, we do find a PS2 port here. This is for a keyboard or a mouse. You can plug either into there, and you do also get HDMI, D-sub, DVI-D, LAN, which is RJ45 port, and as I call it, kind of an Ethernet port. And also you do get 4 USB 2s and 2 USB 3s, and finally you get 3 audio jacks. There we are. So guys, that was my little overview of this really small ITX form factor motherboard from Asus. I will say, really nice design. I will say, the actual RAM sockets, the heatsink down here, or should I say the chipset, the PCI Express x16, everything's gold. It is a nice board. It is crammed together. You can tell everything's kind of crammed together, but it works really solid. I've actually tested this. I've actually put a power supply in it and put my i7 in here. It does boot, and the BIOS is actually pretty damn good. Now I'm going to be building a build with this. I'm going to be making a mini ITX video editing rig. So if you guys want to stay tuned for that kind of guide, that will be on the channel soon. But thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you can kind of gain an understanding of what features this board has. And if you're thinking of picking it up, I think it's very solid for the price that it's currently kind of offered at. So kind of leave it there. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, and also subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.